Welcome back to the channel, everyone. CryptoTakeOver here, coming back with another Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're going to be taking a look at the news articles. We have Turkey's crypto pain grows as with the second exchange collapse. So I'm not too sure what exchange went down for Turkey, but we're going to take a look and see what we can possibly find on there. And then we'll take a look at the chart, see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is still sitting under $50,000. So still seeing a little bit of a sell-off here. We're going to see what trend lines we can draw out to see where we need a break above, where we might be finding support at too as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and cue that intro and get started. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, folks. Hit the notification bell so that way y'all can stay updated. Check the links in the description box below if you want to help support the channel too as well. And also we have our private trading group page if you want to join us over there. We post everything inside of Discord. So we just use Patreon as a payment processor too as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Looking at our news article, Turkey's pain grows with second exchange collapse. And by Bloomberg, today's Turkey's cryptocurrency investors were dealt another blow at the end of a dismal week with a second big exchange collapse in as many days as its chief executive was reported detained. Bitcoin has halted operations, citing deteriorating financial conditions, and new agency said chief executive like Basa and 3 other employees have been detained. Financial crimes. Okay, so obviously something with the Turkish exchange. I really don't know what Bitcoin is. Is it Turkey's fourth biggest exchange with close to $60 million in daily volumes, according to CoinGecko.com, which tracks data on price, volume, and market value on crypto markets. More than half of the volume came from Bitcoin, which dropped 19% this week. This week's rout marks the worst period for Bitcoin since it tumbled amid a wider slump in risk assets at the end of February, and analysts have warned of further losses. Even digital currencies that managed to eke out gains over the past few days, like Ether and Dogecoin, tumbled on Friday. Bitcoin's collapse comes days after Thodex halted operations and its 27-year-old founder fled countries. Okay, so yeah, it looks like losses as high as $2 billion according to Turkey's. Okay, Turkey begins manhunt. Wow. Okay, so yeah, apparently some exchange was doing some fraudulent activity, I guess, in Turkey, which could actually have some type of effect on the Bitcoin markets too as well. We've just seen the Biden tax plan roll out, which is going to tax more of the wealthy, and then obviously some of these exchanges not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's just obviously going to tumble the market down even more, right? The 2 exchanges were part of cryptocurrency boom that has drawn in legions of Turkish seeking to protect their savings from rampant inflation and unstable currencies. Inflation hit 16.2% in March, more than 3 times the central bank's target, and the lira has weakened more than 10% against the dollar this year. Its 9th consecutive years of losses. Yeah. And so this is exactly what we're seeing, folks. We're going to see people that continue to dive into these crypto markets because of hyperinflation in their countries, and the continual consecutive losses of the Turkish lira. It said consecutive loss of the ninth year of consecutive loss from the Turkish lira, and you're seeing people that want to get into cryptocurrencies because of this, because of the hyperinflation that's going on. The daily volume trade in Turkish crypto markets was close to 2 billion for Friday, according to data from CoinGecko.com. The boom has drawn attention from regulators. Turkey's central bank has banned cryptocurrencies as a form of payment from April 30th, and the country has prohibited payment in electronic money institutions from mediating money transfers to cryptocurrency platforms. Very interesting. So it looks like Turkey's just like completely done with it, which is very, very sad, to be honest, because it doesn't give the people any opportunity to get ahead in these markets, especially if they decide to ban cryptocurrency. I mean, it's just so sad, dude. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for some people, and to see that, the Turkish government wants to continue to keep their people poor by not allowing them to have other decisions to make when it comes to their financial wealth, and obviously I'm sure a lot of these higher ups in the Turkish power of government are more than likely involved in Bitcoin too as well, and they're just trying to keep the other people at lower tiers out of the markets, and it's very, very sad to see that. Central bank executive said more regulations are in the pipeline in the televised interview on Friday. We are working on regulations in terms of cryptocurrency. He said they are disturbing money Whoa, there are disturbing money outflows to outside of the Turkish via cryptocurrency updated via, yeah, and that's what we should have. We should have global freedom of payment. And I don't understand why people are so freaked out about this. You know, you get the dollar, the lira, all these paper fiat currencies that can't. You know, they're basically there's so much horrible stuff going on, and for people to not allow there are other there are people that are actually like paying taxes and stuff too to have an opportunity like this is just unbelievable. It's just the humanity behind it is just ridiculous. So it's very unfortunate that the Turkish government is going to be like this with people too as well. And we'll see what kind of regulations they end up coming up with, and hopefully they allow some of their Turkish people to get back into cryptocurrencies and get involved with it too as well. But without further ado, I'll stop rambling there. It's just sad to see that with so many things happening in the world right now. People are looking for their havens, for their safe havens when it comes to protecting their financial stability and financial wealth too as well. So let's go ahead and jump on over into the charts, folks. See what's getting started and get started over there. All right. So taking a look at the lower time frames here, but this is Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is hovering right at about $49,300. So still sitting underneath $50,000, folks. Let's start on our daily time frame and then kind of work our way down from there. We can see that we are starting to put in this type of diagonal trend line here. One thing to notice on our daily chart here is that we've been finding support on the 100 EMA on our daily chart. As you can see here, our red EMA line is our 100 daily EMA. We've been finding very nice support there. And if we are to continue to zoom out, well, let's take a look at Market Cipher real quick. Market Cipher on the daily chart definitely looks like it's starting to round off here with the momentum wave. Possibly a green dot maybe incoming. A big green dot would be nice to see, but if we get a smaller green dot, we'll have to see if we can make a nice recovery back up to our zero pivot point. And then if we continue to kind of zoom out here, our money flow has been kind of trickling off to the bottom side, so we're really going to have to rely on our momentum waves to start recovering here on the daily chart. One thing I did want to take a look at, folks, was a weekly chart here. Let's go ahead and delete this purple box because it's not relevant as of right now. Our weekly chart here, one thing that we can take note of is that our 21 EMA on our weekly chart has been nice support for us in our bull runs and back in 2017 as well. And we haven't come back down to retest it completely yet, but if we do come back down to retest this 21 EMA on the weekly chart, that is sitting right at about $43,000. So that's a possibility, folks. I just want to make sure that you're aware of it. We could be coming down to retest those low $40,000 area just to find support there for us too, especially with a lot of the bearish news that's coming out right now too. But I have no doubt in my mind that this will end up recovering later on in the future. As of Market Cipher on the weekly chart too, as well, we see that we have no green dot here to signal us back to the upside. It looks like our momentum waves are still heading down here on Market Cipher as well. Our VWAP is still clipping to the downside. Money flow looks relatively good. So we want to make sure that our momentum wave holds support above our money flow. If we start to dip below our money flow here with our momentum wave, then more than likely we're going to continue further down. So we'll keep a close eye on this too as well. But let's jump back into, I also wanted to take a look. Okay, yeah. Daily chart holding support on the 100 EMA. I'm definitely going to keep a close eye on the daily chart here, see if we can hold support above this 100 EMA or not. If we continue to zoom in here, 12-hour chart, let's take a look at the 12-hour chart has already signaled us a nice big green dot down here on Market Cipher. So that's a relatively neutral sign as of right now on our 12-hour chart. And then if we go back into our regular charts here, you can see on our candlestick patterns, we kind of drawn a nice resistance trend line for ourselves. So we need to break through this, probably see some consolidation out to the side. Once we end up testing this trend line, we could see a rejection, but more than likely we're going to want to break through this to the upside, see some nice volume come in here and help us recover back into these markets, into that bullish run. All right, so let's kind of zoom in just a little bit more here. Let's take a look at the 6-hour chart, just get an idea and reference what's going on with our 6-hour chart. let's take a look at Market Cipher first, folks. Market Cipher did give us our double snake eyes. We tried to get back up above our 60% level. We kept having these little Christmas tree patterns here, and lo and behold, once we dipped back below our 60% level, we also got signaled a yellow X from Market Cipher 2 as well, which indicates whale manipulation, and lo and behold, we started to see a nice little sell-off after that too as well. And so Market Cipher on our 12-hour has signaled another big green dot, but money flow is still clipping into the red. So the fact that money flow is clipping into the red right now, that still indicates a little bit of sell pressure happening. It does look like our VWAP is still headed to the downside here too as well. And I would say that Bitcoin still has some time that it needs to probably recover. So I wouldn't be too anxious right now to see a quick recovery, but also I would definitely be looking at lower time frames to see when the best opportunity to buy might be, and that goes for some of the altcoins too as well. Taking a look at Bitcoin here on the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart also showing us that on Market Cipher at least, that money flow is heavily in the red here on our 4-hour chart, which definitely indicates that we'll probably see some more consolidation out to the side. It looks like we are having a little bit of trouble getting past the 60% level on the bottom side here with our momentum wave. So we could see another red dot that signals that gives us a little bit more of a dip, and then we could be headed down to test those lower $40,000 areas. That is a possibility, folks. So I don't want to. I want to make sure people are aware of that, and that people are, just weary and possibly, ready to continue to buy this dip up if it does happen, right? As you can see here on our 2-hour chart does look like a nice little recovery statement happening as of right now. Kind of putting in somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders here on Market Cipher. We have our left shoulder, our head, and our right shoulder that could be forming here. So our right shoulder needs to come all the way back up to retest our 0 pivot point, and then possibly see a nice little break up there too as well to the upside. If we do get that move further to the upside on Market Cipher, we're probably going to start to see our candlestick patterns continue to move up to this trend line, this resistance trend line that we've drawn out here for ourselves too as well, and then possibly a break up from there too. We'll have to wait and see exactly how this wants to play out, folks. But if we do come up to test this resistance trend line, we're going to want to see a nice break above that to continue our move further to the upside. So let's see if the markets can recover, folks. Obviously, I would probably wait to see a nice resistance trend line break. Possibly some more buy signals on the higher time frames. It looks like MarketGod has only given us a buy signal, not even on our 2-hour chart yet. So we still got some room to recover, I think. I wouldn't be too anxious right now. Like I said, if you're wanting to dollar cost average still, maybe check some of the smaller time frames, see when you think the best time might be to dollar cost average. But I think that we still have some work to do. It's probably going to be a little bit longer before the markets start to recover. Possibly going on into May, we'll see something happen from there. There is talks about a new stimulus package being passed too. That would be the 4th stimulus package. And so if we are to see that 4th stimulus package being passed, then we could obviously assume more hyperinflation of the dollar, which would still lead us probably down the trend line or down the timeline of a death of the dollar collapse too as well, if this continues to be even more. And so then you're going to start to see that hyperinflation happen, just like with the Turkish lira. You're going to start to see the citizens start to jump into cryptocurrencies, and boom, it happens all over again. So obviously this is here to stay, folks. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. And don't forget, if you want to check out Market Cipher, the Market Cipher indicator is our bread and butter indicator package on this channel. There's a link in the description box below for 5% off. So shout out to CryptoFace and his team for helping us support the channel. When you do purchase Market Cipher, you get access to CryptoFace's Discord server too, which has over like 5,000 people in it. It's a great Discord server to be a part of. You can go in there and ask questions, or if you purchase Market Cipher, come back and watch our videos and learn a little bit more. And then also don't forget, folks, we have our private trading group. If you want to stay up to date with us 24/7, we use Patreon as a payment processor, and you can join us inside of our Discord too. So just make sure that you have a Discord username if you are to join us through Patreon. If you want to pay with crypto, you can message me on Discord, and we'll get you all set up. And so with that being said, folks, it does look like Bitcoin's starting to trend out to the side a little bit more. We are finding support on our 100 EMA. which is very nice. But also taking a look at our weekly chart, our 21 EMA on our weekly chart is still sitting at about $43,000. So if we are to see still more of a sell-off here, be looking for those lower $40,000 areas. But let's see if we can hold support here on the 100 EMA on the daily chart or not. And so with that being said, folks, I think we're going to go ahead and sign out for today's video. I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.